Yes, good evening, USA, Canada, all over the world, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the misunderstood lonely nomad, Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, not to mention the unstoppable independent podcaster and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you are now rocking with the 138th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram. And make sure you follow Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Instagram as well as the Facebook. And for the most part, let me just start with this. Be sure to grab that subscribe button and tap the noti bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes in the air via live stream. Plus, stay tuned for more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that is discussed. And of course, don't forget to download. Don't forget to download the episodes, and I will go over the rest of the episodes. No, I will go over the audio streaming platforms on the go at the end of the show. But for now, we're gonna start off with a little something that I like to call mental health check-in. Yeah, so let me start with this though, folks. I do apologize for delaying the episode. Um Apparently I didn't record yesterday because I did not want to record on an empty stomach. Now for me to record a podcast episode on an empty stomach is like asking for trouble. So I do apologize to you folks out there for not recording. Um and as for myself, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you ask, I am basically I'm a little all over the place. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little all over the place, you know, trying to, make my three podcasts fun. And yeah, and I think the only way for me to do this, sorry about that. That was not what I meant to do. Um anyway, I think the only way I could possibly make it fun, it's not just invite guests, but also maybe go on a wild goose search to see who wants to be a guest co-host with me on this New York podcast right here, or, or maybe possibly my sports podcast every Sunday at 6 p.m. and maybe perhaps my review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Never say never. I mean, I'm doing the best I can here. Um, so yeah, yes, it can be overwhelming sometimes on certain days when it comes to trying to make, you know, you know, sh- show's fun, you know what I'm saying? But on another note, um, I hope you folks out there enjoyed the Easter weekend that just passed. And of course, at the end of the show, I will if you anybody that's in the New York area along the five boroughs and of course Long Island, aka Strong Island, whether you live in upstate or anywhere else, are looking for something fun to do, I will cover that at the end of the show after we do these topics. All right. Now, I hope every single one of you out there is actually doing all right, mentally, physically, spiritually. Um, and speaking of mental health check-in, there's gonna be a few topics I'm going to be covering, and hopefully, next month I'll be able to get, maybe a few people to come as, a guest co-host and stuff like that. And one of the topics I'm going to possibly cover is the eight senses to wellness. And of course, alongside with the other topic that I didn't get a chance to talk about, which is dementia. And there's a possibility I am going to cover that this year. And of course, I'm going to make sure that I try to cover as many mental health related topics as I can. Um, so yeah, but here's the thing though. Um, you don't like I said, man, like you don't have to wait every year for Mental Health Awareness Month and Mental Health Day to actually um reach out to somebody because at the end of the day, um it's 365 days in a week in a year, right? You don't necessarily have to worry about picking like the right time because there's no time frame for everything. There's no time frame for everything when it comes to reaching out to people you care about and stuff. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I feel like um you know it's it's all about you and what matters as far as like reaching out to people, especially if sometimes you don't know what a person is going through. And that part might be true sometimes when some individuals might miss out on something on what a person either has whether it's like health related stuff like cancer or whatever case scenario. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I actually um had to reload and go back on something in terms of this live stream. But I'm back now. As I was saying before, you don't have to wait till Mental Health Day and Mental Health Awareness Month to actually reach out to somebody, because you never know what a person might be going through, whether it's mentally, physically, and spiritually, as far as like any particular disease that a person's going through. I'm sorry if yeah. So um let me just say this though, man. I lost my train of thought when the live stream of StreamYard kind of paused for a bit. I just had to actually make sure that I actually, come back and help out with the live stream and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, it's all about following your mind, your soul, your heart, and your instincts. And of course, confidence is important as well. So yeah, there you go right there. Now I'm gonna go into a little bit of trends and news right now. So we have a lot to talk about in regards to a recent shooting that happened in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, which I will gladly get to in this segment called the New York Mass Transit Files. I am going to, you know, we're gonna do this right here. All right. Obviously, in case you folks that's living in New York probably know what went down. Um, I got the story for you, so let's just get to it right now. Um, okay. So what we have here is um like I said, a Brooklyn subway shooting or whatever case scenario may be. So here's what's happening. So a man wearing a construction vest set off a smoke device and opened fire on riders inside a Brooklyn subway car on Tuesday morning, injuring 23 people. Damn, 23? I thought it was 16 people that were hospitalized. Now, there's more. There's more to this story, but hold on a second. My question is, yeah, that part right there. Um, yeah, injuring 23 people according to the authorities. As the Manhattan-bound N Express train pulled into the 36th Street station in Sunset Park at 8:24 a.m., the onboard gunman put on a gas mask, pulled a canister out of his bag that filled the train with smoke, and fired at commuters in the subway car and on the platform. Police Commissioner um, Keechant Sewell told reporters during a press conference at the scene Tuesday afternoon on April 12th. 10 people were shot and 5 are in critical condition, but stable condition to be exact. I'm sorry. At local hospitals, said acting fire commissioner Laura Kavanaugh, but none of the wounds were life threatening, according to NYPD's Sewell. Others were injured by shrapnel, smoke inhalation, and panic during the horrific underground attack, according to the FDNY chief. Dramatic video from the scene shows strap hankers pouring out of the smoke filled train at the station, including several riders who were injured and bleeding onto the train and the platform, which I seen on Instagram recently on the timeline that this happened. Um, riders were helping other commuters lying injured inside the train. The footage shows. Okay, the first responders found several undetonated devices at the station, according to FDNY, but NYPD later said there were no active explosives at the site. Um, the motive for the attack remains unclear, said according to Sewell. Police described the suspect as a heavy-set black man standing about 5 feet 5 inches tall and was wearing a green construction vest and a gray hoodie. Camera issues at the station appeared to be malfunctioning at the time, according to the preliminary review. Mayor Eric Adams referred in media interviews Tuesday. There appeared to have been some form of malfunction with the camera system that is still under investigation. We are communicating with the MTA to find out what was was it throughout the entire station, or was it just one camera? Adams said on WCBS 880 radio. The mayor, who is isolating at Gracie Mansion after testing positive for COVID-19 over the weekend, said later that afternoon that he hoped that the transit agency would survey all its cameras to make sure they are operable. Um, we want to make sure they are operated, and we're hoping that a canvas and an inventory is done with all of the cameras in our system. If there's a problem, it must be immediately repaired. Um, Hisner told WPIX 11. Metropolitan Transportation Authority chairperson and CEO General Lieber said the agency has nearly 10,000 cameras in the system, including almost 600 just on the end line in Brooklyn, but didn't say why no footage of the suspect had been made publicly available yet. Um, End quote. There's a lot of different stations, a lot of different cameras that NYPD is looking at with our team, and it's probably too early to say what they are coming up with, but there are a lot of different options to identify where this bad guy came in or exited the system. We're looking at it. Lieber told 1010 Wins. The city will double the amount of cops in transit, up from an already record breaking amount since the beginning of the year, by deploying daytime boys in blue to join the evening canvases, Adams said. Governor Kathy Hochul condemned the violence against New Yorkers during the Tuesday afternoon presser. This morning, ordinary New Yorkers woke up in anticipation of a relatively normal day. I don't know what normal is. Um, Governor Hochul said that sense of tranquility and normalness was disrupted, brutally disrupted by an individual so cold-hearted and depraved of heart that they had no caring about the individuals that they assaulted as they simply went about their daily lives. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said President Biden has also been updated about the events and that senior White House staff have offered assistance to Mayor Adams and Commissioner Sewell. On 9/11, I stood on 4th Avenue and watched people, New Yorkers, come back from that tragedy. I watched New Yorkers help each other and storekeepers walk out and give people water, Lieber said during the afternoon press. That was the same thing we saw on the platform today. We saw New Yorkers in a difficult situation, in an emergency, helping each other. He added, that's the subway riders. That's who New Yorkers are. Okay. Transit impacts, of course, includes the MTA suspended the D and the N and the R lines in parts of Brooklyn and Manhattan due to the incident, and B and W trains were completely suspended. Transit officials ran free shuttle buses along the D and N lines and increased service along bus lines in the area. Limited D and N from no, yeah, and service from Manhattan to Coney Island returned by Tuesday evening, while all trains remain out of service between Manhattan and Brooklyn. We got little gaps, Lieber told 1010 Wins, but we are running very robust service on almost every part of the system. The city's NYC ferry system wayfares on its South Brooklyn route, which passes along the Sunset Park waterfront and boosted the number of boats for the evening commute. And basically, this is what they said on Twitter, according to the NYC ferry. Uh, Service alerts South Brooklyn route due to MTA disruptions. NYC ferry will waive fares on the South Brooklyn route for the remainder of the day and provide additional service during the evening commute. MTA advised commuters are to take the 2, 3, 4, 5 A, C, F, or G trains for service between Brooklyn and Manhattan, and to visit mta.info for the latest updates. Hmm. There's more to this story that just actually updated, which I'm going to get to right about. It's more. It's actually more. So um so the person, before I get to the heroics part, um before I get to the heroics part, let's get to the person of interest here. And this is the idiot who actually caused all this drama. Okay. So the person of interest in the Brooklyn subway shooting has become the prime suspect for the Tuesday morning attack that shook the city. Mayor Eric Adams announced. Frank Robert James, age 62, remains at large after allegedly detonating smoke canisters and firing 33 shots at strap hangers inside a Manhattan bound N subway train pulling into 36th Street in Sunset Park on April 12th, injuring 23 people, including 10 with gunshot wounds. We have now upgraded the person of interest. Um, I'm sorry. We have upgraded the person of interest uh to being a suspect, Mayor Adams said on WNYC Wednesday morning, April 13th. So yeah. Um NYPD identified James as a person of interest Tuesday evening after they found a set of keys at the crime scene and traced it to a U-Haul truck, which he rented in Philadelphia, and that cops found at West 3rd Street and Kings Highway in Gravesend. James has addresses in both Philadelphia and Wisconsin, and there is a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the shooter's arrest. At the scene of the crime, police also recovered a Glock 17 9mm handgun with 3 extended magazines, 4 smoke grenades, a hatchet, gasoline, a bag of fireworks, and a hobby fuse, law enforcement officials said during a Tuesday evening press conference. The suspect, who was wearing a green and orange construction vest, got on a at Kings Highway Station, 4 blocks from where the van was found, and traveled 8 stops on the northbound end line before donning a gas mask, detonating the gas canisters, and shooting at his fellow passengers. Police also tightened Mayor Adams' security detail after they found videos on YouTube posted by James railing against the mayor and the city's response to crime, mental health outreach, and the homelessness in the subways. The cameras in the 36th Street station were malfunctioning at the time, which MTA chief General Lever attributed to a server problem. But the transit guru told WCBS 880 radio Wednesday morning that they got video of James coming into the station from 3 perspectives. There may have been a server problem or an internet connection problem at one or two of them, Lieber told the radio station. Um, Unbelievable, man. Um, yeah, yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. The, okay, so from 3 perspectives, there may have been a server problem or an internet connection problem at one or two of them, Lieber told the radio station. When pressed repeatedly about the Sunset Park camera outages, the transit chief told 1010 Wins in a later interview that a couple of cameras are out regularly across the MTA's network of almost 10,000 cameras at its 472 subway stations, including nearly 600 on the Brooklyn section of the N line alone. But he claimed it wasn't a systemic issue. It's not a systemic problem, Lieber said Wednesday afternoon. There are going to be a couple of cameras out any one day. It is, after all, the internet era. We all know about that. At least 2 images NYPD posted on its Twitter account Wednesday show the suspect inside and exiting at a subway stop. Subway service returned to normal for the Wednesday morning commute after the D and R trains have been suspended for most of Tuesday in parts of Brooklyn and Manhattan. Yeah. Um. Okay. Okay. So he that's crazy, man. Um. There's so many stories about this. I'm actually going to All right. All right. Before I get to the heroics, let's get into um let's get into the next story. Of course, police arrested the man they say committed the horrific Brooklyn subway shooting after a 38-hour manhunt Wednesday. Cops cuffed Frank Robert James, age 62, in the East Village for the attack on a Manhattan-bound N train at 36th Street Station in Sunset Park on the morning of April 12th that injured 23, including 10 who suffered gunshot wounds. He will face federal terrorism charges in Brooklyn Thursday with the prospect of life behind bars, according to prosecutors. My fellow New Yorkers, we got him, said Mayor Eric Adams, who joined a press conference with law enforcement brass at police headquarters virtually Wednesday afternoon while still isolating at Gracie Mansion due to his COVID-19 infection. We're going to protect the people of the city and apprehend those who believe they can bring terror to everyday New Yorkers, Hisner said. Um, Added. Um, NYPD got a tip from bystanders that James was at a McDonald's on First Avenue and East 6th Street Wednesday afternoon. But when the boys in blue arrived, he was already gone. So they circled the area until they picked him up off the street near First Avenue and St. Mark's Place, law enforcement officials said. James will be arraigned at Brooklyn Federal Court on April 14th, facing terrorism charges for attacking mass transit riders and traveling across state lines to do so, and if convicted, could be sentenced to life in prison, according to the U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York, Breon Peace. James allegedly got on the Manhattan bound N train at Kings Highway early Tuesday morning, and when the train pulled into 36th Street Station just before 8:30 a.m., he put on a gas mask, pulled canister out of his bag that filled the subway car with smoke, and fired 33 shots at strap hangers. That shit is not alleged. Get the fuck out of here. Dramatic footage from the scene shows smoke billowing out of the train car as coughing riders run out and wounded commuters hobble onto the platform with blood stains covering the ground. James apparently got off the train with his victims and boarded an R train on the opposite side of the platform alongside them, riding it one stop north to 25th Street Station, where he slipped away and out of the underground transit system, according to NYPD Chief of Detectives James Essing. Cameras at the Sunset Park station were malfunctioning at the time, but according to Essing, police were able to find surveillance footage of James getting into the 7th Avenue stop on the F and G train in Park Slope at around 9:15 a.m. When pressed repeatedly about the Sunset Park camera outages, MCA chief Jano Lever told 1010 Wins in the interview that a couple of cameras are out regularly across the MCA's network of almost 10,000 cameras at its 472 subway stations, including nearly 600 on the Brooklyn section of the N line alone. But he claimed it wasn't a systemic issue. It's not a systemic problem, Lever said Wednesday afternoon. There are going to be a couple of cameras out any one day. It is after all the internet era. We all know about that. Of course, obviously, um, of course, obviously, um, of course, police were able to zero in on James after finding a debit card and a U-Haul key at a crime scene, which they traced to a rental van parked just blocks from the Kings Highway stop where he got on, according to a complaint filed by federal prosecutors in Brooklyn. The search included NYPD and several federal agencies such as the FBI and the ATF. Police brass announced James was a person of interest by Tuesday evening, and Mayor Adam declared him the prime suspect the next morning with a 50 grand, $50,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest. Of course, we use every resource at our disposal to gather and process significant evidence that directly links Mr. James to the shooting, NYPD Commissioner Keishan Sewell told reporters during the briefing at police um, headquarters Wednesday afternoon. We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run. According to the court documents, James was born in New York City and more recently lived in Philadelphia and Milwaukee. He had 9 prior arrests in New York and there in New Jersey in the 1990s and one in 2007. including possession of burglary tools, criminal sex act, and theft of service, according to Essing. He rented the U-Haul in the city of brotherly love. Not to be confused with the movie, folks. um, on Monday, April 11th, a day before the attack, and the vehicle was caught on surveillance cameras. Excuse me, crossing the Verrazano Bridge into Brooklyn on Tuesday at 4:11 a.m., according to the legal filings. About 2 hours later, at 6:12 a.m., surveillance cameras at West 7th Street and Kings Highway caught James in a neon orange jacket and a yellow hard hat rolling his bag toward the subway station. Cops later found that rolling cart at the crime scene, along with the Glock 17 9mm handgun with 3 extended magazines, 4 smoke grenades, a hatch of gasoline, a bag of fireworks, and a hobby fuse. The gun was bought from a licensed firearm dealer in Ohio in 2011, and James was able to buy the weapon because he didn't have any felony convictions. Investigators were able to tie James to a Philadelphia storage facility, um, where they found more 9mm ammunition, a barrel allowing for a silencer to be attached, targets, and 223 caliber ammo, which is used with AR-15 semi-automatic rifles, according to the complaint. Um, but they have not found any rifle. James had posted dozens of videos on YouTube, which included profanity and racial slur laden tirades filled with conspiracies. He also singled out Mayor Adams and criticized his handling of homeless people seeking in the subway, and at one point threatened violence in the lengthy online post. What are you doing, brother? What's happening with this homeless situation? He said, along with every car I went to was loaded with homeless people. It was so bad I couldn't even stand. And so the message to me is I should have gotten a gun and just started shooting motherfuckers. He also said in one of the videos, according to the complaint, his YouTube channel has since been terminated. The rants led NYPD to tighten Mayor Adams' security detail Tuesday. Yeah, you know the stoop. Hold on. Before I even find myself on screen, there's actually more. There's actually more. This came out last week. Um, Actually, let's get to the heroics. Let's get to the heroics. Um, you know what? Let's cover the other story that just came out. Okay, this is about. Okay, all right. So, more than 3 million New Yorkers still traveled on the subways on the same day a gunman opened fire at fellow passengers on the N train in Brooklyn, although ridership numbers dipped slightly in the aftermath of the shocking attack. On Tuesday, April 12th, when Frank James allegedly shot at it, not really allegedly, man, just come on, shot at riders, injuring at least 23, a total of 3,051,726 people took the subway, according to MTA counts. That's down 311,710 people from Tuesday last week, or about a 10% decrease. While it didn't mark a huge drop, that difference is still slightly more than the number of people that the entire subway system of Boston carries each day. Um, According to the latest counts by the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority. Um, to accommodate the NYPD's investigation at the 36th Street station in Sunset Park, where the attack happened, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority partially suspended service that day on the D, N, and R lines and fully cut service on the B and W lines. The subway passenger numbers in the Big Apple recovered slightly Wednesday to 3.15 million, according to MTA spokesman Aaron Donovan, which was still down 167,928 riders from the same day a week before. Brooklyn subway ridership rose some 2% since Tuesday, said Metropolitan Transportation Authority chairperson and CEO Jano Lieber during a press conference Thursday in Willard's Point, Queens. We're starting to see ridership come back even after the incredibly disturbing news that we all saw this week, Lieber told reporters. Um, the shooting that injured at least 23 people, including 10 with gunshot wounds, came as the MTA is trying to lure back riders to its system amid still lower passenger numbers compared to before the COVID-19 slamdemic. The weekday numbers have constantly been above 3 million riders for weeks and around 56 to 69% compared to pre-COVID figures. Last week, the agency logged 28 million riders, the best weekly period of the year so far, Lieber said. On April 8th, the agency also saw its first day with 1 million trips paid through its new tap fare system known as Omni, which stands for One Metro New York. Okay, let's get to the heroics. Wait, hold on. Hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, this was posted. Yeah, this was posted actually. Um, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So, a shoddy internet connection is to blame for the cameras being out at the 36th Street subway station in Brooklyn when alleged gunman Frank James opened fire on fellow riders, injuring at least 23 people Tuesday. The surveillance cameras were out at the 36th Street station, and the 25th Street station where James escaped, as well as the 45th Street station, all three of which are on the 4th Avenue line and share a common node for their internet feeds, according to NCA officials. Okay, just bear with me, folks. We've all learned about internet connections in the Zoom and WebEx and Microsoft Teams era. That's exactly what apparently failed. MTA chairperson and CEO Lieber said during an unrelated press conference Thursday, April 14th. The cameras were back online Wednesday after repair crews fixed the problem at the server room, according to agency spokesperson Tim Minton. They were pointed at the turnstiles and not the platform at the three stations, the rep added. After James alleged, yeah, right, attack on the Manhattan bound entering just before 8:30 a.m. on April 12th. He transferred to a local R train and got out of the system at a stop north at 25th Street, apparently sharing a ride with victims trying to escape the mayhem, according to investigators. The cameras did catch James when he first entered the subway further south at Kings Highway, and Lever said that the roughly 600 cameras along the Brooklyn End line alone helped law enforcement zero in on the suspect. Those cameras were examined and they did yield the images of this fellow James coming into the station and apparently some other images of him moving elsewhere in the system after the attack, the transit chief said. James also got back into the subway at 7th Avenue in Park Slope less than an hour later at 9:15 a.m. and he remained on the 1 a.m. until his arrest in the East Village almost 30 hours after the incident Wednesday afternoon. He was arraigned on federal terrorism charges in Brooklyn Thursday afternoon and could face life in prison, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. Of course, yeah, yeah, I got a lot to say on that shit too. So you know what I'm saying. Um, I want to get to the heroics. Let's get to the heroics, man. So, okay, so heroic transit workers evacuated riders fleeing Brooklyn subway shooting on another train. A pair of transit workers evacuated riders fleeing the subway attack in Brooklyn via another train Tuesday morning, possibly saving the strap hangers from their attacker, according to um, NTA officials. When a man detonated a smoke device and opened fire at passengers on an N train entering 36th Street Station in Sunset Park just before 8:30 a.m. A quick-thinking motorman and conductor of an R train on the local track on the opposite side of the platform got the commuters to safety, said MTA chairperson and CEO General Lever in media interviews. MTA workers showed up right through the dark days of COVID and they showed up again today when they made the fast move to move that R train out of the station when they saw that there was something bad going on and they got a lot of people out of the harm's way very quickly, Lieber told Tintin Wins. Kudos to them. I've spoken to both the conductor and the motorman with who are on that train to give them a big thank you for all New Yorkers, the transit chiefs added. The horrifying attack that injured nearly 2 dozen riders on their morning commute on April 12th caused service to be suspended on the D and R trains in parts of Brooklyn and Manhattan for the day. By late Tuesday afternoon, subway service was running on nearly all of the system, a bet with some little gaps, Lieber told the radio station. We got little gaps, he said, but we are running very robust service on almost every part of the system. Meanwhile, the Mass Transit Agency issued a memo to subway crews telling them to be vigilant amid heightened security in the system. Also, no, excuse me, all service delivery employees are reminded that they must continue to be vigilant to maintain a state of heightened security within the subway system. Read the message signed by Chief Officer for Field Operations Paul McPhee. This incident is a reminder that all service delivery employees must remain vigilant uh, and immediately report anything unusual to the rail Control Center. MTA's in-house riders advocates lauded to the transit workers and riders who helped each other out during the morning crisis while hoping the incident wouldn't set back the slowly recovering recent ridership figures, which have remained above 3 million trips every weekday last week. We thank the Good Samaritans, transit workers, and responders who came to the aid of victims during today's events. Read the joint statement by Lisa Daglian, um, Executive Director of the Permanent Citizens Advisory Committee, and Andrew Albert, Chairperson of the New York City Transit Riders Council and MTA board member. We hope that this is a one-off incident and does not deter riders from returning to transit as a concerted um, effort continues to improve safety on the ground. Wow. Um. Okay. Um. I said I was gonna say something, right? Now, before I even oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about city bikes in a sec. I'll talk city bikes in a second. Um, Now before I even get to that, I got something I want to say. Okay, all the time from previous episodes, I always say that they are good African Americans and there are bad African Americans who do stupid shit like this idiot here. Why in the hell would you actually, you know, do all this harm to all these people who are trying to get to work, by the way, and you're basically making threats, especially YouTube out of all people. And and on top of that, you dry snitched on your fucking self by calling the Crime Stoppers hotline, by the way, which is the most ridiculous shit that you ever done. Oh my gosh. Yo, and it make it even worse, man. You're making you're making you're making all the African American people look bad by doing all this fucking harm, man. Like seriously, you really deserve life in prison for the stunt you just did. Like, come on, man. Like, what did they ever do to you? Why what even possessed you to even do this shit? Out of terrorism. I mean, it's one thing to actually talk about, the people who are sleeping in subway stations and subway trains and stuff like that. But you cannot use mental health as an excuse based on your fucking behavior. And I remember someone previously said about chemical imbalance, right? Now, I did keep that in mind. I am going to actually talk about this in next month, but not today. Um, I just feel like the reason why a lot of people, and I said this before numerous of times, that they're not comfortable being on subway trains because of incidents like this. Like weeks ago, like I said about the whole Van Sicklen Avenue incident when someone got slashed in broad daylight. And for those of you who may or um may not know that's not from New York, Van Sicklen Avenue is basically one of the stations that's in between Norwood Avenue and Alabama Avenue, which is in Brooklyn. Now, This has been going on for quite some time. And that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I stopped taking the subway a long time ago. Um, Not because of these incidents, but because of the train derailments. And and you know what? As I said before, man, he this guy can just rot in fucking hell, man. I don't give a you don't I don't give a damn about I don't give a damn about his mental health issues. I don't care at this point. You hurt a lot of people, and you expect people to feel sorry for you? No. Look, Mayor Adams is doing the best he can to tackle the homelessness that's been going on, not just in train stations and subway lines, but also on the street. But he has a hard job too. Like, come on, man. Come on. He's fucking human. He's doing the best he can to actually take care of this by sending out people from outreach programs to actually help those who need a place to stay. Like the encampments that's been going on by the BQE and all the other stuff. I mean, that shit has to look. All that stuff that Mayor Adams is doing is all good. As for this fucking idiot, he could rot in hell for our fucking care. I don't give a damn about no fucking mental health or chemical imbalance. In this case right here, in this case right here, ain't no way I'm feeling sorry for this motherfucker. Okay, now that I got that out the way, I didn't mean to stay on this topic for too long. I want to get to there's another thing I want to talk about here, and this is involving what is it? No, no. And this is involving city bikes. If I'm not mistaken, I know what I hold on. Give me a second. Okay, city bikes coming to Ridgewood, New York. That's also in Brooklyn too. Or maybe, I don't know. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Right. Right. Okay, so okay, the Department of Transportation is planning to install 52 city bike stations in Community Board 5 just before summer. There are currently 4 existing city bike stations in all of Community Board 5. Um, Give me a second. The DOT released an early draft in February that maps out all the stations where they are located and whether they will be on the street or sidewalk. The expansion does not include in Maspeth or Middle Village at this time. However, DOT is still adjusting the plan as they hear from the community. DOT is gathering feedback with a comment period extended through April, which is now. City Bike has proven to be a vital, widely popular transportation option, especially during the slamdemic when ridership soared. DOT spokesperson Vincent Barone said, "We're excited to bring this service to more New Yorkers and are always open to their feedback." The 52 stations would be located every few blocks, approximately 3 to 5 minutes walking distance between each. DOT plans to install 35 street stations, which some are worried will take away from parking spots in the community. During a community board 5 meeting, concerned residents on Richard Huber said that he hopes DOT revises their plan and puts stations primarily on sidewalks. We're going to lose a bunch of spots, Huber said. All of those people that are living there that drive around all night looking for a parking spot are going to drive a little further and burn some more fuel with this proposal. DOT did not address how many spots were going to be lost. Councilman Robert Holden reached out to DOT with the same concerns, saying that the installation of City Bike in the Ridgewood area will have a huge impact on the neighborhood's quality of life. A lot of the stations unnecessarily take away parking, Holden said, in an area that has poor public transportation. For the DOT to just randomly and unnecessarily take up parking with these bike stations is irresponsible and wasteful. Holden said that he will be working with DOT to pinch new bike stand locations, which would primarily be on sidewalks to preserve parking. City Bike was launched in 2013 and now has nearly 20 bikes available across Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens. DOT is currently expanding City Bikes, adding over 35 square miles of stations and 24,000 bikes by 2024. Well, that's pretty interesting. That's actually a good look. Yeah, that's actually a good look though. Um, let me see. What else can we talk about here? Okay. All right. Now that's all for trends and news for now. We're going to go to another segment that I like to call give me a sec. That I like to call chatting or the jazz. All right. Um Now before I go into some music news and stuff, this this shit really caught my attention. Um when I saw this in the group chat, I was like, wait a minute. Um m- ma- Male birth control pills? Are you serious? Hold on a second. Um this is crazy, man. Hold on. Let me find this thing here. Yeah. Um this is nuts. Okay, so okay. Male birth control pill expected to start human trials this year. The new non-hormonal pill was 99% effective at preventing pregnancy in mice. Wait. What? Why the hell would you fucking test birth control pills in mice out of all things? Why mice? I'm having a hard time understanding this shit, if you ask me. Okay, this is the story and how it goes. Most contraceptives are designed for people with uteruses, which means men don't have uteruses and fucking vaginas. I'm gonna I am going to actually talk. I'm actually gonna say something before I even go to the next topic. Let me read this, man. Okay, so leaving few pregnancy prevention options for those with testes. What? Now scientists are working to create a non-hormonal birth control pill for men, which has proven successful in lab trials on rodents. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, that's nuts. This is nuts, man. According to the researchers behind the contraceptive, human trials could start by the end of the year. Well, hell no. Hell no. That's not happening for me. That is not happening for me. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna discuss this after I finish this anyway. Um okay. So women have many choices for birth control, ranging from pills to patches to um um int- intrauterine intrauterine devices. And partly as a result, they bear most of the burden of preventing pregnancy. The researchers behind the work say in a press release, but men's birth control options and therefore responsibilities could soon be expanding. Oh gosh. The new pill created by a team at the University of Minnesota um, blocks proteins from building to vitamin A, which is known to be crucial to fertility and virility in mammals, per Gizmodo's Ed Cara. The drug was 99% effective at preventing pregnancy in mice and has no apparent side effects, according to the research presented this week at an annual meeting of the American Chemical Society. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right, man. When mice were given the drug orally for just 4 weeks, they had such a steep drop in sperm count that they came sterile. When the team stopped dosing the animals, they noticed the drug's effects reversed. The mice bounced back to normal virility in 4 to 6 weeks. Depending on the result of human trials, the drug could soon be the first effective form of birth control for those with testes, um, apart from condoms or surgery. Hannah CEO reports for Popular Science. Um, Scientists have been trying for decades to develop an effective male oral contraceptive, but there are still no approved pills on the market, says MD Abdullah Al Noman, a chemist at the University of Minnesota who was involved in the pill's development in a press release. Because this contraceptive is non hormonal, it's likely to have fewer side effects. Earlier attempts at um, male birth control pills have largely worked by blocking testosterone, which can lead to depression, weight gain, and decreased libido. Even when scientists superdose the mice with the new drug, the rodents seem to do just fine. When we went to even 100 times higher dose than the effective dose, the compound didn't show any toxicity, says Norman. Um, Reports Alex Wilkins for New Scientist. Researchers emphasize that the drug's success in rodents doesn't guarantee the same result in humans. Exactly! Which is why scientists will be closely watching human clinical trials slated to begin later this year. Medical professionals are hopeful that these recent breakthroughs in um, male birth control will allow people of all genders to take control of their reproductive health. Another male contraceptive, a gel rubbed on the shoulder daily, are currently in clinical trials. Our track record as a gender for assuming birth control responsibility is not stellar. Women overwhelmingly outnumber men for going through surgical sterilization procedures, even though a female tubal ligation is far more invasive than a vasectomy, says Jesse Mills, director of the men's clinic at UCLA, who was not involved in the research. The headline: I'm eager to see what the human trials show. Oh my gosh. You know, I don't know, man. listen, listen, man. Listen. I don't know. I'm a little iffy. Hold on. Let me say something about this. I'm a little iffy about this shit though, man. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, to actually see this article in regards to male contraceptives being tested on mice and rodents and stuff, which kind of scared me. It kind of scared me in a sense because for the simple fact that you don't know what type of fucking long time side effects it's going to entail. You know what I'm saying? And And for me, I don't know, man, because me, I don't have a uterus. The same way I don't have a fucking vagina. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say this though, man. I'm gonna say this though. You can't necessarily have you can't necessarily force every man to actually, take birth control pills. Like like for instance, you have some men who are into fucking monogamy and polygamy and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that easy. It is not that easy. Look, I've been single all my life, and the reason why I chose to be single all my life is because I didn't want to be a part of a crowd that's into that polygamy shit and ended up cheating on the women, of course, and because it's not really the typical lifestyle that I want to have in my whole life. I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to have anything to look over my shoulders as far as like, anything else whatsoever. So as far as somebody taking male contraceptives as far as like birth control pills and shit like that, I don't know, man. For me as a single man, I'm not really sure if I'm into that shit. So that's going to be a hard no because you don't know what type of long term side effects it's going to have. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Um, let's see. All right. Now that I got that out the way, um, I'll get to the Tesla shit in a minute. Let's talk Mace. All right. All right. Hold on a second, folks. Let me, while this is loading, I'll have a little sip of water. Stay with me. Okay. Now, this is according to an article from Audacity.com. And this is pertaining to Mase making a diss track towards Diddy. So Mase dropped a new single earlier this week, and it has everyone speculating. The song titled Oracle 2, The Liberation of Mason Betha. A nod to the rapper's real name, seems to be a diss track aimed at Diddy. Um, Oracle 2, ultimately dubbed Oracle 2 Standing on Bodies, is an apparent sequel to Mace's 2017's Cameron diss track, The Oracle. Clearly, Mace doesn't name Diddy on the newly released record. However, fans are totally convinced that the lyrics are directed towards the Bad Boy founder. Then they try to dangle money they didn't think I'd ever leave. Niggas never paid the artist, but they love to pay the freaks Mace raps. In 2020, Double XL reported that Mace attempted to buy back his publishing from Diddy for $2 million, but the deal was deferred. Another telling verse on Oracle 2 is the part where Mace mentions Mount Vernon, New York, and a billionaire net worth. Evidently, Diddy was partially raised in Mount Vernon. He was also named one of the highest paid hip hop artists in 2021. Yeah, I'm just a Harlem nigga repping down a Vegas strip with my own Suge. You from Mount Vernon, nigga, go and rep your own hut. I'm not hating on your Billy worth. Right now, I'm only saying what you really worth. Makes rhymes. The song also allegedly addresses the Notorious B.I.G.'s death. Of course, Mase was a part of Bad Boy Records original roster alongside late rappers the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, and Craig Mack. Faith Evans and R&B group Total were also instrumental to Bad Boy's early success. Mase famously retired from rap in the late 90s and became an ordained minister. The Bad Boy OG later returned with his comeback album Welcome Back in 2004. Yo, Mace, you're a fucking idiot for this shit, man. You waited all these years. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You waited all these years to actually talk about this shit with in regards to Diddy not paying his artist or whatever, right? Yeah, you hear stories like this all the time. And of course, that's why everybody don't want to be under a damn label because they don't want to be screwed over and have corporations own their music masters. So that's just how some music artists feel. Now, as far as Mace, you're the idiot worse than Pusha T, who made a fucking claim about how he- eh, he's another idiot that actually. I'm like, what the fuck you working at Arby's for and McDonald's and shit, man? And to make a claim that you made the jingle, I'm loving it. Like really though, I feel like this is just a fucking play to actually get attention. Pusha T and Mace is doing all this to get attention, and that's just not. I'm sorry, but this is just not. This ain't happening, man. Now I can understand. I can understand about how important to own your masters and shit like that, but at the same time, it's a little too fucking late. It's a little too little too late, man. I hate to say this, and I'm sorry that your ass is so butt hurt off of this shit right now. I say this to say for people out there that want to be a music artist, whether you are a singer and a rapper, a hip hop artist, or whatever, it's very important that you own your music masters. Don't worry about putting it to corporations, man, because they'll try to they'll try to they'll try to steal your they'll try to steal your creative control, your creative success and ownership. So ownership and creative control are the key important things into owning your music masters. And the same goes with podcasters too. So there you go right there. There you go right there. All right, so we're gonna go into okay. So now I did not know about this. I didn't know about Fife. Well, actually, I didn't know there was an album titled Posthumorous by the late great Fife Dawg who passed away. Which by the way, I'll get to it right now. So this so here's what's happening. The estate of Fife Dawg has released Forever, his long-awaited posthumous album. The record was released by Wale on the 6th anniversary of his passing. Wow. 6th anniversary. Damn. Are you serious? I am really excited for Fife and his legacy. I know he is somewhere smiling and reading the credits and starring at artwork, said collaborator, executive producer Dion Ross, the Root, Liverpool. Whoa, Liverpool. Oh. Liverpool. Oh man, this is oh my gosh. I'm sorry for laughing, folks, but this is fucking laughable, man. Five Dog's wife, Deisha Taylor, added, "We are overwhelmed with excitement about the release of Malik's album. We've waited 6 years for this, so our joy is boundless." Hmm. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Yeah. So the four-time Grammy Award nominated multi-platinum New York born MC and member of a Tribe Called Quest working spent time working together. Working on the album, collaborating with trusted colleagues and amassing a repertoire of songs emblematic of his art before his untimely death in 2016. He painstakingly crafted a selection of songs that were distinguished by his trademark verbal fireworks, funny ad libs, biting social commentary, and unexpectedly introspective confessions. His estate is ready to discuss his pure vision and final word as a solo rapper with the approval of his family and his most loyal collaborator and business partner, Dion Liverpool, uh, executive producer under their imprint Smoking Needless Records. Yes. Yes, and hold on a second. Nah, I don't wait. Is it out now? Hold on, let me see if it's out right now. Let me check let me check something. Um, I gotta check something real quick. Um, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. I need to take a look at this. Just a sec. Um, all right. Okay. Five Dog Forever. Yeah, Five Dog. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. If Forever is out right now, I'm. You know what? Yeah, it's out right now. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to actually, review this because I didn't even know this was out. So you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah, I'm gonna review this for my other show, Meticulous Rogers podcast. Actually, so I'm going to save that. So you know what I'm saying. And by the way, man, um, by the way, congratulations to the people in a Tribe Called Quest for reaching the Radio Hall of Fame. I didn't even know about this until I told Broken Traditions in episode 125, which is interesting because they are the most legendary rap groups from St. Albans, Queens, man. I never met them, um but I heard their music. So yeah. Um yeah, I never met them. So of course, Sleep in Paradise to Fife Dog and as one of the members of a Charcoal Quest. So, you know what I mean? Um yeah. So, um we're gonna get into now before I even go to ambulance and stuff. So let's go to we're gonna go to all right, we're gonna go to Cameron. Yeah, let's go to Cameron since we in the music news thing. So let's go there. Let's go there. Okay. All right. So Harlem rap legend Cameron made a name for himself with his unmatched ability to make even absurd lyrics sound amazing, such as his classic Computers Pudding line from his 2004 hit Get 'em Girls. Um, on Monday, March 21st, the Dipset leader proved he's still a wizard when it comes to putting words together after claiming he can rap on any type of beat. Cam took to Instagram saying one of his friends bet he he couldn't rhyme. He couldn't write rhymes to legendary R&B singer Natalie Cole's 1975 hit "This Will Be an Everlasting Love." This is from the Real Big Tone. Said I couldn't write bars to this beat in 10 minutes. Here you go, bro. Now run my $2. he wrote he wrote as he showed the work he produced in the second slide of his post. Oh wow. Um Fans can see Cameron vibing to the upbeat instrumental before he starts rapping over the song. The Purple Haze rapper wasn't wrong when he said he could rap over anything. Someone is burying your shoes and your pursuit, your purse. and you getting service not even the first. The kid from Harlem beating the curse. It could have been worse, like up in the hearse over some work, but look here, it worked. He rapped. Um, Even though many people consider the Harlem native a legend, Cameron still knows his place in the industry. Last month, he hung out with Nelly, Usher, and Jermaine Dupri, and quickly realized the company he was in at that moment. Rapping, singing, producing, executive producer. Can you guess how many record sales is in this pick? He wrote on Instagram, um, SB. The night was going good until Usher and Nelly started talking about the basketball teams they own. It was time to take my broke ass home. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Wait, Wu-Tang Clan um clothing. Uh I'm going to do that some other time actually. So I got I'll do that another time. I'm gonna do that another time. And of course, Big Crit. Um, yes, Big Crit believes it's time for a hip hop union. Master P has been also saying that shit too, so they're both right. The Mississippi rapper sat down with Ebro Darden on Apple Music One to speak on his latest album, Digital Roses Don't Die, and said he believes artists don't have the collaborative support system needed to succeed. We were talking about a union before we got on the show. Quick told Ebro, and I was like, musicians have a union. Most people have a union. Why artists don't have a union? I see mad artists, they go through the process. They either have a hit record or they don't. They get they get signed, they get dropped. He added, they break down, they get on drugs, they go to the streets, but there's no collective to call and be like, hey man, I need to go to rehab. Hey man, I need help with these pills. I acquired too much. What's a good lawyer I can go to? What is the deal? I signed. Crit went on to say a union could be a valuable way for newcomers to gain knowledge from veterans so they don't fall prey to similar mistakes. I think we're at a point um now with all this information we have, and you got artists that I know made millions of dollars off of their deals, which I didn't. But even they don't want to be where they are signed to. So who do you talk to? The rapper said. How many people do you put together? How much money do you pay a month to unlock that information with OGs and we all can connect? Crit also spoke on Digital Roses Don't Die, his first project in 3 years, which featured only one appearance from Rolin. Despite having just dropped an album, the country shit lyricist has already been hard at work on a new collab project with Wiz Khalifa, Smoke Dizza, and Girl Talk titled Full Court Press. The trio recently dropped their new single, How the Story Goes, earlier in March. Full Court Press is set to drop on April 8th, and Crit will then hit the road shortly after starting April 21st for his Digital Roses tour, which wraps up June 10th. All right. Yeah, he's right though. He's absolutely right on this though, man. And I'll give him that though. I will give him that though, man, because you know it's very hard to have a union if you are basically, you know,
if you're a music artist. It's crazy, and that's why some people sometimes don't have any guidance, and I feel that it's pretty important for upcoming music artists to have guidance. And to me, to me it's kind of important. It is important to have guidance to um and it's crazy though, man. So it's interesting that he said that. So it's gotta really, yeah. So yeah, so yeah. I actually have to commend him on this right here though, man. I have to commend him. Yes, this is me agreeing with it, agreeing with what he said. So yeah. And speaking of agreement, um, speaking of agreement, that's the reason why I named this episode "You've Got to Be Nuts to Drive a Tesla Car," and this has to do with the idiot who decided to take a Tesla on a fucking joyride. So listen to this. If you purchase um an independently reviewed product or service through a link or a website, BGR may receive an affiliate commission, blah, blah. Several million people have now watched footage of someone driving a rented Tesla and speeding through Echo Park in Los Angeles. That is until the car got fast enough to go airborne on no, excuse me, hold on. Airborne one on of the hills. On one of the hills. The LAPD, meanwhile, is investigating the weekend joyride, which saw a black 2018 Tesla Model 5 hit two parked vehicles, as several as well as several trash cans before the car came to a stop. Whoever was driving the car to perform the stunt for which a crowd of onlookers had gathered to watch and film it with their smartphones after midnight on Saturday, abandoned it after the car came to a stop. Noted the LAPD, in quotes, said. The stunt was recorded by several spectators who posted it on several social media accounts. A misdemeanor hit and run investigation was completed. The detectives will be following up with the renter. In the footage, the Tesla goes airborne for a few seconds, then slams down before crashing and coming to a stop. One of the videos circulating on Twitter depicting this stunt had been viewed almost 3 million times by Sunday night. Another tweet sharing footage from the incident comparing the quit y'all ever seen a Tesla fly. Uh, Wait, hold on. Y'all ever seen a Tesla fly? Has accumulated 4.5 million views on Twitter. Um, oh my gosh. This is also not the first time that speed demons. Oh shit. Oh my god. Speed demons have attempted something similar around this park of Echo Park, by the way. 2 years ago, YouTuber David Dobrik posted a video in January 2020 depicting some motorcycles and Tesla um going airborne in the same area. Tesla CEO Elon Musk responded to a tweet sharing video from that earlier incident with a single exclamation point. And the video accompanying that tweet, by the way, has racked up more than 9 million views to date to Twitter. Um, The LAPD, for its part, is offering cash reward for anyone who helps identify the offender. In this case, the award is like $1,000 reward. Yeah, that's crazy. The maximum reward of $1,000 is thanks to an amendment that the Los Angeles City Council made in 2015 to the city's administrative code. It created a hit and run reward program trust fund. We would like to remind everybody when involved in a traffic crash to stop and check on other parties. Make sure they are not injured. Call 911 if they need medical attention and to exchange information. The LAPD said in a news release about the crash, don't convert a traffic crash into a crime. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of true though. That is kind of true though. As noted by the site Auto Evolution regarding the Tesla stunt from over the weekend that the LAPD is looking into. Features of the new Tesla Model S include super fast acceleration. However, the large battery pack and electric motors mean that this is not a light set of wheels, all of which is to say, the as the publication noted, nothing good could have come out of this stunt. Yeah, this is really true though. This is true. This is actually true, man. I don't know why. I don't know what actually makes a person actually do this shit. Unfortunately, this is kind of ridiculous though, man. And and what's up to the Cool Corner podcast? Thank you for joining in. That's G Money Stacks here. Thank you for joining to the New York podcast recording. Now this is nuts, man. All right, man. All right, so we have what okay, what other all right, what other stories we could talk about here? I hope I didn't miss any topics. Oh shit, right. Oh shit, right. Um, yeah, we need to talk about this operational operation drilly shit. Yo, oh my gosh, man. We need to talk about this operational drilly shit though, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on, come on. Why is this not loading? Why is this shit not loading? Hold on, folks. Um all right, there we go. There we go. All right, so NYPD's Operation Drilly leads to arrest of 20 after studying drill music videos. Well, for those of you who may not know what the hell is going on, I'm gonna fill you in. So the NYPD did a sweep arresting over 20 alleged gang members in the Bronx. According to the New York Daily News, of the 20 members, four were adolescents and were arrested for their roles in violence in the past 3 years. Authorities used drill music videos to track down their subjects for arrest. The 82 count indictment highlights murders and attempted murders. 32 violent crimes are highlighted in the last 36 months, including shooting during the middle of the day that was um, boosted about in music videos. The police dubbed the investigation Operation Drilly and recovered 18 guns. Charges include murder at attempted murder, manslaughter, weapons, possession, assault, and grand larceny. Oh my gosh. The defendants allegedly committed multiple shootings, some in broad daylight, killing two people um, and injuring innocent bystanders, said Bronx DA Darcel Clark. These defendants terrorized residents of the Fordham Bedford Park neighborhoods who were forced to run for their lives as bullets flew. Sheesh. Those arrested are believed to be members of the G Side Drilly Gang, a set of the Blood, Sex, Money, Murder Collective. The crimes were allegedly bragged on in music videos across YouTube. The Daily News highlights Lee Drilly and E Woo's video for BET as one of the videos. Oh shit. Man, look, I had a discussion with Broken Traditions from the Brigans. Hold on a second. I had a discussion with Broken Traditions in regards to the the fact that we both hate drill music, okay? I'm not a fan of it, man. And the reason why I'm not a fan of it is because of this whole fucking idea that um, when you think that, shoot 'em up shit is actually considered um a good song or whatever case scenario may be. Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If you want to be in a music industry or whatever case scenario may be, and you know what's funny? I actually talked about the whole thing with DJ Drewski, who's no longer playing gang related drill music and stuff. Now, for those of you who may not know, who haven't listened to episode 125 of the New York podcast with Broken Traditions, um, I was discussing the difference between trap music and drill music. So basically, trap music is basically drug related, and drill music is basically violent related. You know what I'm saying? Which is a subgenre. It's not a music. It's not necessarily a music genre. It's a subgenre. There's a difference. Um, and I actually talked about that in episode 125. So you folks out there are more welcome to actually listen to that as well. I just wanted to get it out there. So I got my facts, man. So I did all the research. So nobody can fucking tell me that my fucking facts are not shit. All right. Sick of motherfuckers who say some shit like that, man. You know what I mean? Um anyway. Um so let's see. What else can we talk about here? Of course we have oh wait. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Um yes. Ah man. Okay, Wale. Now I was laughing at this shit, man, because I didn't understand why Wale was in the ambulance movie, which I will review on my other show, Meticulous Values podcast, the review show. So you know what I mean. So anyway, so Wale is bringing his talents to the big screen next month with an appearance in the upcoming Michael Bay movie Ambulance. hitting it already hit it's already hitting theaters on previously April 8th, which came out like 2 weeks ago. The blockbuster action film will see the DC native star opposite Hollywood heavy hitters Jake Gyllenhaal, Ya Yahya Abdul Mateen II, and Isa Gonzalez. Inspired by classic 90s flicks such as Bad Boys and Speed, the movie follows two adopted siblings turned bank robbers who hijack an ambulance and take two first responders with Wale playing a character named Castro, which is a Latino name actually. On March on Monday, March 28th, um, Fullerin took to his Instagram stories to give fans a sneak peek of his ambulance role. The 37-year-old rapper shared a photo of him squatting in front of an ambulance wearing a dark blue jumpsuit and light green beanie underneath one of the Los Angeles graffiti covered bridges. Castro is coming. He wrote in the picture. Oh shit. Wale also posted a boomerang clip of the movie set showing an ambulance covered in green spray paint with the caption introducing Castro. Um Wale spoke about his foray into acting and starring in ambulance during an interview with Double XL um, last October, reviewing how his time playing sports in high school helped prepare him for the role. It's like learning to ride a bike, and the next day they put you in the Daytona 500. He joked. Oh shit. That's a funny comparison, man. That's a funny car comparison right there. To NASCAR. You- it's like literally learning how to be on a big wheel, and the next day it's like now drive a car. Oh man, Michael Bay is a one of one. Luckily, I've played for some pretty intense football coaches and track coaches, so my skin is thick. I'm just really, really, really blessed to be able to work with Yaya and Jake Gyllenhaal. I never had no freak out moments because these actors they know how to talk to niggas. Michael would spaz on everybody and my energy's off and Yaya would give me this look like you got it, bro. Come on, nigga. Everybody was so fucking nice. Ambulance is undisputedly Wale's biggest acting role, but it's actually not his first. The double MG um representative appeared in multiple episodes of the Stars series American Gods, as well as the 2019 crime film DC Noir, which was set in his hometown of Washington D.C. On the music side, Wale recently wrapped up his Under a Blue Moon tour in support of his latest album, Florin II, which arrived in October, boosting appearances from the likes of J. Cole, Rick Ross, The Boss, and Chris Breezy. Um, the project debuted at number 22 on the Billboard 200. Can I tell you something? Um, and this is a funny one right there. This is a funny story. A streamer who I was interacting with basically said that Wale's music is it. He has good music and shit like that, but his they was he was she was saying that his personality is so dry, like dry cement. Dry cement. I mean, like saying that saying that he's drier than fucking peanut butter and jelly. Oh shit. That shit had me that shit had me that shit had me laughing so hard. I was like I was like tearing I was like crying tears of joy, man. Tears of joy, man. That's what they mean by I'm crying. It's tears of joy, man. That's what it is. Oh shit. Anyway, um what other topics we got to talk about here, man? Let's see. Let me double check to see if I covered see if I covered every topic that I actually talked about today. Um hang on a sec. Hang on. Just bear with me. Um what did we talk? Oh, wait. Yes, yes. Before I get to things to do in NYC, we need to talk about the whole Batman thing that's going to be on Spotify. We need to talk about that. Hold on a second. Let's see. Yes, yes. Finally, the last topic of the night. Okay, okay. This is according to amny.com. Now, um Spotify's podcast fiction series about Batman alter ego Bruce Wayne will debut around the world in May with logo adaptations in 9 countries, including India, Brazil, and Japan. The company said on Tuesday. The podcast follows the Batman movie, which was released in cinemas in March and has sold um nearly 700, mind you, mind you, $712 million worth of tickets worldwide. Batman Unburied is the first podcast developed through a multi-year deal between Spotify Technology SA and AT&T Inc.'s Warner Brothers to bring DC Comics superheroes to narrative podcasts. Swedish company Spotify, the world's largest music streaming service, has been ramping up its podcast business and now offers more than 3.2 million podcast titles. Described as a psychological thriller, Batman Unburied is an original story that starts with Wayne working as a forensic pathologist, examining the victims of a serial killer. The English language production will premiere globally on May 3rd, which is in 2 weeks, as will localized versions in Brazil, France, Germany, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, and Mexico. The adaptations will be offered in the local language and will feature directors and voice actors from the area, the company said. Scripts also will be tailored to reflect local culture. Winston Duke, who played M'Baku in Marvel's Black Panther movie, will voice the role of Bruce of Wayne in the English language series. In other markets, Wayne will be voiced by Rocco Patanga, Brazil, Dali Bensala, France, Marathan Maslu, Germany, Amit Sat, India, Aryo Bayu, Indonesia, Claudio Santa Maria, Italy, Rio High Otani, Japan, and Alfonso Herrera, Mexico. So I can't wait to check this out though, man. I want to make some noise for this. Let's make some noise for Spotify um for having a podcast based on the Batman movie. I like this. I can't wait to actually to get into it though. I can't wait to listen to it though. All right. I think that's enough topics for tonight. Now we're gonna go into some things. Um, Now we're gonna get into some stuff actually. Um, Now to all the New Yorkers out there, you guys are looking for something to do and fun. I got you. First and foremost, we're gonna start with the auto show. Here we go. First and foremost, let's start with the New York International Auto Show. The New York International Auto Show has its engines roaring again at the Javits Center after being postponed for 2 years due to the COVID-19 slamdemic. Governor Kathy Hochul appeared Wednesday at the Javits Center to kick off the auto show's return. Hundreds of media members and automobile exhibitors had already flocked to the entertainment mecca by 8 a.m. on April 13th to discover the newest vehicles in the automotive industry. And among them was the governor. Officially welcoming back the grand affair following the worst of the COVID-19 slamdemic. Hochul lauded the wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Lauded $53 billion business and underscored the barriers it has faced for the past 2 years production issues. $53 billion, man. That's a lot of money. She touched upon the high demand for new vehicles that the slamdemic halted. She also applauded those in the automotive industry for pushing through with their ingenuity. Ingenuity. That's that is an industry that needs to be reckoned with and dealt with, and there there's been enough problems. The frustrating thing coming out of this slandemic is there's demand for new vehicles. Everybody wants one. All this pent up demand, and people want to get out on the open roads again and to celebrate life, and yet their supply chain disruptions globally induced that have brought us to our knees. This is a frustrating time. So when you have the chance, get out there and support these dealers. Support these hardworking individuals and tell them how much we appreciate all they do, Hoku said. Okay, so the governor also reiterated the need for environmental friendly services such as charging stations for electric vehicles. Hochul declared LaGuardia Airport will be undergoing the installation to include fast charging stations. We are announcing that we are going to have electric start charging stations at LaGuardia Airport so that they are going to be installed very shortly, Hoku said, as well as another 100 fast chargers around the state. So we're going to continue leaning into this. You are investing $1 billion into electric vehicle infrastructure. And so we're going to continue our rebates. We're going to do everything we can to help promote the automotive industry right here in the state of New York. But most importantly, this says we are back. Welcome back to New York. It starts right here at your show. Following the governor's speech, the auto show distributed the World Car Awards to the great automotive creators around the globe. Um, this the New York Auto Show is such a unique venue where all of us, the very parts of our industry, from manufacturers retailers to financial advertising and marketing, communities come together to show what our incredible industry has to offer. Mark Scheinberg, president of the Greater New York Automobile Dealers Association, said, "Today we are once again kicking off the auto show with the World Car Awards, which got its start here 17 years ago and is still without a doubt the number one automotive awards program in the world." So, the New York International Auto Show will be open to the public from April 15th to the 24th. So, be sure you go check out the New York Auto Show. The New York International Auto Show. Make sure you go check it out at the Javits Center. Very important to all you car fans out there that's looking for something fun to do. This is one of them. All right. All right. So that we got some more stuff to actually include into the things to do in New York City from April 22nd to the 24th. All right. All right, let's get to this. Um, okay, Friday, April 22nd, which is tomorrow, Earth Day Spring Garden Cleanup. Bayside Historical Society welcomes volunteers to celebrate Earth Day by beautifying the castle's gardens. At the event, attendees will be clearing out last year's weeds and old plants and prepping the beds for new flowers and plants. This event is free. Free 99, may I add. Gardening supplies will be provided. So RSVP beforehand. Um, and this is the Bayside Historical Society, um, located at 208 Toten Avenue, Bayside, New York, 11359. Now, hold on. I need before I go on, I need to look up this RSVP shit that I've been seeing on Instagram and other places. Let's see. What does RSVP stand for? Let's see. What the hell? I can't get this shit, man. But what is this okay. What does RSVP stand for in English? Please reply. Wait, what? Used on invitations, blah blah. Respondes, s'il vous plaît. Okay, this is very weird. This is kind of weird to actually pronounce, but I'm not even gonna get into this shit though, man. It's too hard to pronounce, man. I'm not even gonna waste my time on this shit though. Um, so yeah. Yeah, okay, so Earth Day free sketch. The league is excited to announce a special free sketch in Central Park to celebrate Earth Day. Anyone who's looking for an opportunity to sketch or paint a beautiful local landscape is invited to join us for this special free workshop led by renowned league instructor Ricky Mojica. Practice plein air alongside other artists and make Mother Nature your muse in a fun event. The event begins at 4 p.m. RSVP beforehand. Arthur Ross Pinetime, Mid Park between 84th and 86th Streets. Earth Day celebration. Celebrate our home, the bringer of life, Earth. Drop in anytime during the event to engage in educational activities, crafts, and more. The free event is open to all ages and takes place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Register online. Um, and this is the Clay Pit Ponds State Park Preserve. Nature Interpret no Interpretive Center. Located at 2351 Veterans Road, West Staten Island, New York 10309. That's for the people in Staten Island. If you are interested in this Earth Day celebration, you can register online, and of course, um, you can register online and stuff. What you could do, you can go to the AMNY .com website /entertainment /things to do AMNY weekend April what is it, April 22nd to the 24th. There you go. Saturday, April 23rd, Pokemon Go Community Day. For all you gamers out there, enjoy playing and trading with other trainers during Struffle Community Day. Oh man, I'll talk about that in a future episode as far as Earth Day. You don't need to register to join the fun. To celebrate Earth Day, Niantic will work with their nonprofit partner to plant a tree for every trainer who adventures 5 kilometers on Stuffle Community Day. The meetup will occur from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. South Street, no, excuse me, South Seaport District, um, located 19 Fulton Street, New York, New York. The event is free from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The kids programming begins at 1 p.m. So for those of you who have sons and daughters, you could check out the place um called Pokemon Community Day. Of course, um that's where this is going to take place. Earth Day at Dykeman Farmhouse Museum. Join the Dykeman Farmhouse Museum in welcoming the spring season. We are looking for garden enthusiasts to help us rake the gardens, trim the bushes, weeding, and distribute mulch throughout the property. This year's Earth Day celebration is perfect for anyone looking to do hands-on garden activities. Dykeman Farmhouse Museum, located at 4881 Broadway, New York, New York 10034. Celebrating Misty Copeland's book, Black Ballerinas. Don't know about that right there. Black Ballerinas. Yo, that's funny. Okay, the school at the Morris Dance Group is hosting a program of events designed to celebrate the importance of diversity and representation in ballet and across the dance field. Events include a family fun ballet class to engage young dancers and their families in this art form. A panel discussion of school of the school at the Mark Morris Dance Center faculty discussing what representation has meant to them in their careers, and an all level ballet class for students ages 10 and up. All participants in any part of this event will receive a free copy of Misty Copeland's book, Black Ballerinas. The event is $18 per person and an additional $18 for the all level ballet class. Scheduling begins at 10 a.m. Um, and this is the Mark Morris Dance Center, located at 3 Lafayette Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11217 1415. For all the people that's living in Brooklyn and looking for something fun to go to, there you go, right there. I got you. And for the people in Harlem, Harlem Earth Day Festival. Celebrate Earth Day in Harlem at this special event organized by Cecil Harlem. What? Oh shit. His last name is Harlem. Oh shit. Oh shit. Um all right. Yeah, Mittens Harlem, empowered by ARW agency. Guests can shop and connect with local artists, making one of a kind eco-friendly items. Munch on delicious vegan food from local vendors and enjoy local jazz bands, bebop, Afrobeat artists, and so much more. The event is free to enter. However, you can secure food tasting tickets ahead online starting at $10. The event will take place from 12 to 8 p.m. Located at 210 West 118th Street near St. Nicholas Avenue, New York, New York 10026. And last but not least, Sunday, April 24th. The 107th Armenian Genocide commemoration. The 107th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide will take place this Sunday. Join thousands in solidarity alongside noted politicians, academics, and artists to commemorate the Armenian Genocide and all ongoing human rights injustices in the heart of the city. Not the Jay-Z song, folks. The commemoration will last from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Times Square, um, 43rd and Broadway, New York, New York. Of course, Spring Sunday 2022. Join Rockefeller Center on April 24th for this year's Spring Sunday on Center Plaza. Enjoy a family day full of activities from workshops to nature walks, snacks, and giveaways with special performances by the Rock and Roll Playhouse and a visit from Roxy the Owl. The event is free for all ages, but registration is required. The activities last from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Center Plaza, located at 45 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10111. And Spring Fling. The Spring Fling is an art and music festival that will be taking place on blocks 1 and 2 of Bella Abzug Park. There will be an arts market with local makers and vendors, including parodies. Enjoy a relaxing and calming sound bath, good music from a live band, and laughs brought to you by a comedy act. RSVP beforehand for this free event. Scheduling occurs from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Um, Bella Abzug Park is located at 542 West 36th Street, New York, New York 10018. Um okay, now for anybody that's living in for anybody that's in the New York area, there's one more event I want to add to actually. Um there's one more event I want to add to, and this is regarding Scorpio P from the Break Room Sports Podcast. Um, Hold on a minute here. So, he has a live performance that's going on tomorrow. Um, it's the live performance, which is the Friday Night Mics, and this is at the Chalet Tavern, located at 47-2230th Avenue in Astoria, Queens, New York. And April 29th, which is tomorrow, 2022, doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8:30 p.m. And of course, you can purchase the tickets at www.titanofrap.com. That's www.titanofrap.com. And of course, you for more info, events at rockviewentertainment.com as well. So there you go, right there. And in case you didn't know, he has a show called the Breakroom Sports Podcast. Uh, Um, make sure you follow him and his podcast on Instagram as well. There you go, right there. All right. I think that's gonna do it. I think that's gonna do it, man. I think that's gonna do it though. For me. Listen, you like what you heard in today's episode, um I would be appreciated if you show some love by making a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ G Money Stacks 555. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank and having a lot of money to do that. You don't need to overwhelm yourself with that. It's all about doing the best you can and whatever amount of money you are comfortable with, whether it's $1, whether it's $2, $5, $10, 15, 20, doesn't matter. As long as as long as um as long as you're comfortable with whatever amount of money you want to donate will be appreciated no matter what the amount is. It doesn't matter. So it will be appreciated. And speaking of appreciation, let me see how much time I got. Okay. Now I want to get to let's get to I want to get into two segments right here. Let's get into two segments right here. Now two segments that I want to get to, and this one is called. Let me get the chimes ready. And this is called the free podcast. No, podcast free game mechanisms. That's right, podcast free game mechanisms. Let's cue the chimes. Yes, this is one of the segments that I actually decided to actually create to give you folks out there who are interested in making a podcast like I'm doing right now with 3 podcast shows underneath of my belt. The first one is already successful. I'm trying to do the same with the other 2 podcast shows that I'm doing this year. So first and foremost, some key important equipment that you need to start a podcast. I got y'all. So, first thing you need is headphones. You also need a microphone. And you don't have to go crazy into buying a microphone that's very expensive. It could be a Yeti microphone or a Voxcon microphone A800 model that I'm using right now. Now you can find microphones, including this one. You can find it. You can find them in Best Buy, Target, Amazon online, and of course, Walmart. All right. Now, if you have a unique name for your podcast and some people don't like the name of your show, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about these fucking haters and shit, man. Don't worry about that. That has nothing to do
It has nothing to do with you trying to make yourself happy. You know what I'm saying? Um, and for the most part, I do believe that everyone has to have a dream. And when you have a dream, you want to make sure you are confident. You want to make sure you have consistency in your craft. Now, this is where I bring in two things. Um, First and foremost, um, StreamYard, which is one of the softwares that I use to do live streams and connect three YouTube channels, which is G Money Stacks 555 with all the New York podcast episodes on there. There's Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, and there's Excellent Fun Vibrant podcast on there as well. So the first thing you want to do is create an account with StreamYard. You can type in your email address or your podcast email address, um, however works for you. You can actually you you can get a login code. Now the people from StreamYard is going to send you an email with six numbers. All right, six numbers. You don't have to necessarily worry about remembering passwords. So when you see those six numbers, you can copy and paste the six numbers into the area um, where it says get login code. Now when you get the login code, you should log in. Make sure you log in, and you should be good to go on creating um, your schedule on your live streams on a weekly basis, depending on which day you want to do it. Um, and also, it has creation tools where you could have banners and talking points. You can even create your own brand here. You know what I'm saying? You can create your own brand here as far as your podcast shows and stuff like that. Now, I already have the name of the show right here, banner right here, as you can see on your screen, and of course the social media handles where you can follow the show. Um, and I actually have a way to actually, put that on there with just some talking points. And of course, it allows you to actually invite up to six people with the free version. The upgraded version you gotta pay, which I don't feel like paying for, but for the most part, the good thing about StreamYard is that it is better than Zoom. Okay. And I'm saying this because I've been using this for like quite some time, for like, the past 2 years. Yeah, the past 2 years I've been using StreamYard, which has been so helpful for me. And speaking of helpful, um, I'm going to recommend Anchor for you folks out there. Make sure you create an account for Anchor when you are about to put your podcast trailer or your first episode on there. Of course, you want to have a profile pic. Make sure you have a profile pic as far as the logo of your podcast and stuff like that. And of course, you want to make sure you don't worry about the analytics as far as the numbers and stuff, folks. It's not about the analytics. Um it's all about um it's all about you following your dreams. What makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's what really matters here for that part. Now, for me, since I am almost at 2K plays, which I will be talking about in a future episode whatsoever when I see it.
I will actually talk about that. So yeah, so yeah, there you go, right there. I also want to say, that Anchor allows you to have creation tools where you actually can edit. You can add music intros and outros. You can also add sound effects as well. So, of course, you want to make sure you go to anchor.fm, or you can download the Anchor app, or you can go to anchor.fm to get yourself a head start on your podcast journey. All right. So there you go, right there. And I'm gonna go to another thing that I actually have to actually get to, which is, and that was your podcast free game mechanisms. Um, for those of you who are interested in making a podcast, of course, and you need some guidance and types of equipment, you can feel free to DM me at G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. All right, you can DM me. All right, I will answer. So don't worry. Now we are gonna go to stream choices on the go. Of course, go ahead and follow me on 17 Live at G Money Stacks Queens, New York. Make sure you follow the show Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other podcast shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show. Um, of course, it's a sports cast. Actually, I'm not gonna say sports cast. Well, you know, it's the same thing pretty much. And of course, you can follow my other show, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show. So you can follow that, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. So boom, there you go, right there. Now I am going to I want to mention this. If you are on either um page on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, or Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast, you want to make sure you go to the link in bio. That's where I am going to actually mention the audio streaming platforms where you can actually follow the podcast shows on there, and make sure you subscribe on there. Make sure you do your part. If you have any questions for me, any topic ideas, any thoughts and talks about the topics that was discussed, um you can leave a voicemail on anchor.fm. All you have to do is record your message on there. You can record your message on there, actually. So by any means, um you can yes, you can leave a voice message on some topic ideas, and of course you can actually um have some. If you have any questions for me, like I said, you can put that in the voicemail. Of course, I will respond to your thoughts and talks, and you can also comment on Instagram as well, and of course YouTube as well. So there you go, right there. So speaking of Anchor, um, make sure you download these. Make sure you download these apps, and also subscribe to the um audio streaming platforms, starting with Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, um, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict. Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcast.
Make sure you don't forget to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify. 5 stars will be appreciated. And also, don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast episodes on Radio Public. And of course, on iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcasts. And make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast alongside with Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast and Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show. Yes, Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, which is the sportscast, of course, on iHeartRadio as well. And of course, last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab the subscribe button and tap the noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes on the air via live stream. Make sure you leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics that was discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Make sure you download the episodes, okay? Download the episodes to your phones and tablets, your Androids, your iPhones, iPads, your Android tablets, even on your laptop. By the way, you need a laptop to do your live streams as well. To do your live streams for YouTube. Um, of course, um, of course, I didn't forget to mention that as well. So, make sure you share the episodes, share the videos. Of course, make sure you tell a friend to another friend. Of course, like I said, make sure you download the episodes, which is very important. It helps the show grow even more. Make sure you 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 share the podcast along with audio streaming platforms that says Linktree / G Money Stacks 555 in Queen. Yeah, G Money Stacks 555. My fault about that. So that's Linktree / G Money Stacks 555, along with the audio streaming platforms with your husbands, your wives, your friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and to everybody. All right. So, I am going to actually say thank you to everybody who tuned into episode 138 of the New York podcast right here. And episode 138 will be out tomorrow, hopefully when I get back from work. And I am going to actually be back to recording episodes on Saturday. So I'm off this Saturday. I get to record an episode for you folks out there. And by the way, listen, don't forget the places that I just mentioned and things to do in New York as far as the New York International Auto Show. And of course, don't forget to check out Scorpio P's live performance in Astoria, Queens, as I mentioned before. And don't forget to follow him and his shows, the Break Room Sports Podcast. Of course, they on season 2 right now. Of course, go on YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Mr. Filliams, which is the same as it is on Instagram. Now let me pull this up again. So
Yes, so to see Scorpio P's live performance, like I said, it's at the Chalet Tavern, which is located at 47-30, um, no, excuse me, 47-22 30th Avenue, Astoria, Queens, New York. And of course, the doors are going to be open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8:30. You can you can um you can purchase the tickets at www.titanofrap.com. That's www.titanofrap.com. And of course, for more information for events, you can go to the Rockview entertainment.com. So there you go right there. There you go right there. All right, I'm gonna be out of here, man. I'm gonna see y'all um on Saturday. S- Same time, same man cave bat channel, and of course, um make sure you tune in. It's gonna be I'm probably gonna be doing a double. I'm probably gonna be doing a double episode of the New York podcast. Depending on how I feel. So we'll see what happens. So there you go right there. So once again, make sure you follow your dreams and remember, hard work pays off and the grind does not stop. All right? It's all about what makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually, and what makes you smile. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time. Peace and one love. And of course, have yourselves a good weekend and of course a good night.